Running back in motion, Mayers looks over the middle, fires. Shane Martin with the catch at the 32-yard line, bounces off a tackler, stays on his feet, up to the 40-yard line. Shane Martin, the talented receiver, has come alive as of late. The junior receiver out of Robbinsville, New Jersey, 17 catches for 189 yards, and that will put him over 200 for the season. A huge pickup of 20 yards and a new set of downs for the Rowan Profs with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, there it was again. The Profs finding a pocket in the zone defense. Shane Martin wide open over the middle of the field right there, and nice yards after the catch as well.
Mayer's looking to throw, but he's flushed out of the pocket, rolls out to the far side, fires to the sideline, caught, and Wanza Fitzpatrick reverts around, gets hit, gets tackled, and rounded up out of bounds across the far sideline, across midfield, up to the 46. A huge catch by the transfer senior, and he picks up a gain of 14 yards and another first down for this high-level passing offense.
Yeah, and Fitzpatrick started off the year on the right foot. In the opener against Stevenson, 6 catches for 78 yards. But ever since, he's been relatively quiet. His snaps have been limited, and he has been dealing with a bit of a left foot / ankle injury in recent weeks, so it would be great to see him come alive here today.
Screen to the near side. Shane Martin makes the catch at the 45, goes up to the 40-yard line, then finally pushed out of bounds at the 38. He seems impossible to tackle. We saw it against Salisbury, and now we're seeing it on back-to-back plays here for the Prof. Shane Martin, not easy to bring down.
Yeah, Shane Martin, a guy who started off the season quiet, and he didn't receive a snap in the opener against Stevenson, but over recent weeks, as they've gone on, his snaps have steadily increased, and now he's a big part of Rowan's receiving corps and making an impact on a weekly basis.
Rowan in Kean territory at the 38-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 3. Mayers in shotgun. Handoff, Bookman up the middle. He goes forward, dodges a couple of people in the backfield, and picks up 3.5, maybe 4, enough for a first down across the 35 up to the 34-yard line. A trap play by the Rowan offense, it looked like, as a couple players came free, but they got picked up.
Yeah, love to see the offensive line movement there for the Profs. Always good to mix it up, not just block straight ahead, but add in some stunts and traps as well. That was the case right there.
2 receivers to each side. Mayers fakes the handoff. Rush comes charging, looking, setting his feet, firing, caught. Shane Martin, 23-yard line, enough for another first down up to the 20. He's being pushed by his receiver and Paul Ginty up to the 19-yard line, and it's another nice gain for a first down. A pickup of 13 yards, and Shane Martin has 3 catches already on the afternoon. 2:53 left in the first quarter. Rowan's going to hurry up. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 bunch to the near side. Mayer, shotgun snap, looking, firing, over the middle, just out of the outstretched hands of the receiver and Paul Ginty. They almost were able to find him in the end zone, the junior receiver. A flag was thrown, as it might be actually on the contact on the receiver and Ginty. It was thrown before the ball was thrown, but it looked like maybe a holding or an illegal contact possibly on the receiver before Mayers let it rip.
Yeah, for sure, but an interesting development here early in this game, Aidan. Ginty getting some playing time out there, which has been limited for him so far this season. Yeah. One guy who's not out there on the field, Luke Hoke.
Yeah, no Luke Hoke, no signs of him so far through this game. Michael Zarfati, the typical freshman ex-receiver out there as well. Shane Martin and Wanza Fitzpatrick. Paul Ginty didn't get playing time until last week as a punt returner. Now he's lining up as a wideout. He is listed on the 2 deep this week as we wait for the flag and we wait for the call, but it looks like they're actually going to push Rowan backwards. So maybe it was an illegal formation of some sorts. It was thrown at the line of scrimmage right at the 20-yard line on the far side. So it was thrown by one of the judges over there. An eligible player downfield. I think they're going to maybe say, not a lineman wasn't downfield, but I'm pretty sure one of the weapons wasn't covered, which means he cannot go downfield, and I think he did. So I think it was actually on the receiver in the slot, which might have been Mwanza Fitzpatrick.
But Rowan does not lose the down on that play, so it's still first down. Still some opportunities here to get into a first and goal situation.
Yeah, 1st and 15 at the 25. Player on Kean jumps, whistles, blow. Rowan tried to get the snap off. They're not able to. It's going to be offsides, and it's going to be reverted back to what we initially were about 2 minutes ago. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Hey, no harm done at the end of the day. Now Rowan's set up with a 1st and 10 right at the 20-yard line. Again, still have an opportunity here. You're in the red zone, but still an opportunity to enter a goal-to-go situation.
So it will be 1st and 10 out there for on the field for the Rowan Profs. Nate Mayers, the quarterback, Bookman, the running back, receivers Shane Martin, Paul Ginty, and Michael Zarfati, the tight end, Skabilia. Mayer's in shotgun ball on the right hash. Bookman behind him. He hands it off to Bookman over the right tackle side. Gets hit in the backfield, but he emerges forward across the 15, up to the 10, and then down to the 9-yard line. A pickup of 11. It'll be 1st and goal for the Rowan Profs as Tyshawn Bookman has been able to create the lanes today, and he's been able to burst right through.
Yeah, Tyshawn Bookman looking very explosive, building off his elite performance last week on his heavy workload. And again, if Tyshawn Bookman can start to be efficient and be this explosive here in the late going of the season, it would give Rowan's offense that much more of a boost.
Mayer's in shotgun. He hands it off. Bookman over the middle, over behind the center. He lunges forward into the end zone. He breaks the pylon. Touchdown, Tyshawn Bookman. 2 drives, 2 scores. The Rowan Profs lead 13-0 here in the first quarter. Mackenzie Melvin has started every game as a Rowan Prof. Lines the ball up the middle for a base hit. McCaffrey around second. She's going to go to third. Melvin stops at first, and they have runners on the corners. And Peyton McNair will step up as the tying run here in the bottom of the 6th. Mackenzie Melvin gets her 28th hit of the season and just the 2nd hit of the game for the Rowan Profs, and a quick mound visit for the Cougars.
And wouldn't this be something for McNair to do something? And McCaffrey, she was almost looking to score there on that hit from Melvin. She was
Probably
rounding
could've,
third.
But I think given the circumstances, no outs,
Oh,
and
yeah.
down by 3.
Absolutely not. But she did not stop and put the brakes on until Kim Wilson told her to as she was reaching third base. I mean, this team looks like it's locked in the bottom of the 6th. And, man, you have Peyton McNair coming up in a situation. One swing could tie it up. Look to see the train continue to run here. I mean, you have Pulowski, Bryant, and Rhyme to follow her up. No outs. And bottom of the 6th, Losnia starting to struggle. First signs of it. This could get exciting.
McNair, runner goes. Melvin, they fake the throw to third, and both of them are safe.
Yep. And that's excellent stuff there because you need to at least get 1. We talked about it. 2 seems feasible, like you said. 3 almost seems impossible with a game like this. Even if you're able to get 1 run on a potential sacrifice there, which they weren't going to do, that makes the bottom of the 7th a whole lot more possible. But let's see if McNair can bring them in both.
The 0-1 up and away. It gets by. McCaffrey comes home to scoop under. Not in time. McCaffrey scores, and their own props are on the board. And what was a pretty friendly bounce.
It was. That got a little scary. And a 1 run really doesn't do anything unless you're able to get it without risk. And, man, how heartbreaking would that have been to get the first out of the inning at home plate?
It almost felt like poor Sapunko didn't expect McCaffrey to go. It felt unurgent.
And this backstop isn't too deep either, Aidan.
No, it's not. 1 ball, 1 strike. McNair unloads on a ball. Deep to left field. Going back and not able to make the catch is Kean. McNair around second. She's headed for third. Melvin scores. The relay throw, not in time. Punch, counter punch, and Rowan has the tying run 60 feet away.
Wow. I thought she tied up the game on 1 swing, and man, would that have been fitting. Rowan down a run, still nobody out, and that brings up Abigail Pulowski. But I really, man, Standard and Raymond have been outstanding all game defensively. If she was able to make that catch, that would have been the story, highlight of the game. But McNair not stopping at all, and she's able to reach at third with a triple.
Here's Pulowski. She takes just at the knees. But Peyton McNair, who else but the star shortstop, the senior, getting her 34th hit of the season, and it's also her 2nd triple of the year. Pulowski hits it foul.
And Rowan can almost start playing their game. A sac fly would do the job to tie it up. Any sort of dribbler to the right side, or maybe even a bunt, which I can't imagine in this situation you would do, but it's possible to bring in McNair from third base.
The Rowan Profs 22-0, trailed 3-0 to the 9-11 Kean Cougars in the first conference game of the year. The 0-2 upstairs. The Profs have only trailed by more than 2 runs or more than 1 run twice this season. Yep. They have trailed by 3 runs just twice this season, including this game. And in the first time they trailed by 3 runs, they came back to score 3 in the 6th inning. So here's some deja vu as Pulowski lines one through for a base hit. Coming home is McNair. Pulowski is aboard at first, and the Rowan Profs have climbed the mountain and have tied the game up at 3 apiece here in the bottom of the 6th. Mobley has it at the top of the key. Blue Coats up by 9. Mobley into the lane, picks up his dribble. Dallin Jr. being guarded by Brown Jr. Gets the switch on James on the right wing. Darlin now down low, has a small Gilliard on him, lowers his shoulder, takes him to the weight room, and puts it up with the right hand.
That's exactly what you do. When you have the size advantage over a guy like Evan Gilliard, take advantage of it. Get physical with him. Great job by Tierra.
And here's Tyreek Key. He gets fouled, and he makes the floater, and oh, here comes the bad man from 140 days ago. The villain in the Chase Fieldhouse on opening night who hit a game winner. It was his only points of the game. And right here, he's able to get an N1 floater. He'll go to the line for one more.
And he scored 3 points in that game. He's trying to get 3 points the old-fashioned way here. So
he'll go to the line. Tyreek Key this season for the line, shooting just under 70%. And he makes the free throw. 19-11 is the score. Blue Coats on top by 8. 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Jeff Dallin Jr. dribbles it all the way to the near corner. Being guarded by Charlie Brown Jr. around the screen for Mobley. Charlie Brown Jr. on his back. He gets by him. Lefty floater. How did he get it to go? Jeff Dallin Jr. with a great touch around the rim, and he puts him back up 10.
I mean, it seems like anything can go in right now. Jeff Doughton, good job getting past his defender, who was actually doing a good job, but shooter's touch right there.
Lacey James with a black headband on, gives it off to the far corner. It's Charlie Brown Jr. a 3. Couldn't get it off the bounce. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Darlin, so it'll stay here on the left side for the 9:05.
And you got to give the Blue Coats credit here, Aiden. Once the playoff run or contention window was kind of closed, they have not stopped fighting. They are playing just like this is a playoff series, and that's just something you got to give Coach Longobardi and these players a lot of credit for doing that.
Roden stops on a dime, left wing 3, left it short, but it goes out to the near corner. It gets his own rebound. Key. Feed to Gilliard on the right wing. Gilliard feeds, fires, can't connect, it rolls out. Mobley gets the rebound for the Blue Coats. Halfway through the first quarter, 6 minutes to go. Mobley, hesitation, 3, no. Roden, pass got tipped by Muhammad, but Key recovers for the 9:05. Key into the lane, lefty layup, no. Him and Mobley both hit the ground. Mobley saying he got shoved with the off arm as Key will draw the foul.
Yeah, I mean, they're usually going to give it to the offensive player unless it's something blatant. That's something I've noticed while watching, basketball, these 50-50 calls. More often than not, sometimes there's an exception to the rule, but more often than not is going to go in the favor of the guy with the ball.
Pat O'Connell is the one who made the call. Cameron Garber as well as A.J. Ganelli, the other 2 officials. Key, his free throw is good, so he's got 5 quick points off the bench for the 9:05. 21-13. Here's McCall in transition off the free throw. Floater no good, he fell down. Mobley offensive rebound. Almost got the chair pulled him from, and layup is good, and he's hitting his arm saying he got contact, but they didn't call it. 10-point lead still. Roden into the lane, corkscrewing his way. Right hand layup is good.
Roden spent some time also with another NBA organization, that being the Pistons a couple years back.
23-15. Jeff Dallin Jr. at the right wing. Gets Guerrier on a switch. Between the legs dribble. Step back. Mid-range jumper. No good. Left it short. Darlin grabs it with his right arm. Shot clock resets to 14 seconds. Mobley working on Key. Size advantage. Gives it out to Dallin Jr. who now has Key on him. Feed. Woodard the second. A triple. It's good. Woodard the second off the bench. And the Blue Coats stay hot from beyond the arc. They're up 26-15.
Another open look, another make. Raptors are going to have to get some bodies out there in the three-point line if they want this onslaught to slow down.
Gilliard around the screen, has Mobley, tries to bounce feed it to Roden, who was cutting back door, but it was a kick ball violation.